Alright people, here goes a little bit of a speech. Okay? So here it is. I made a S shape. North being red, positive, and south being blue, negative. Now this is the way the Earth is facing, with the north that way and the south that way. And I stuck two wires on with some carbon electrodes. They're really just pencil leads. There's no lead on the pencil lead, by the way, it's just carbon. No, like the stuff that comes from coal. Just used to be a tree once and it got crushed into a smaller thing. They heat them up and they make pencil leads, and it's just a bunch of clay and a bit of some carbon from some coal. I put them together at 300 degrees and then they make it into strips. They pump it out like pumping out potatoes, mashed potatoes, or whatever you pump out, but it's the clay pumping it out like mashed potatoes. Comes out like pencil leads, and yes, it becomes pencil leads. Get on with the story, okay. This copper came from my computer. I've had some other one as well, and it's very gold looking. And there's a reason for that, because it was in a circuit. It was always continually looping, and I had a 2.78 gigahertz computer, and that was part of it. So I took it out of there, recycled all the parts and recycled it, and I thought, oh, copper, man, copper's just copper. We'll make an electromagnet or something with it. Maybe we'll make some copper coil. So you'd have it on the positive and not on the negative. And anyway, what I did, so I didn't even have it on any of them. I simply just had it decoupled from the power circuit and sitting in there. So it was crammed down in there. There was salt water in there, and the salt might have even had potassium, which really mucks it up a bit. Not necessarily. It's good to get that stuff in you too. Iodide is always a good thing, especially for men who are balding. Iodide and chromium, two important things. Vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin C, and B. So what happened was gold was just coming out of it, and I have not a clue why. But I did have gold around here, and I looked around one day, and it was gone. And it must have got sent on to the power company, but it came back. So give that a go. Stick a coil in, spin it righty-tighty. This one's the wrong one, it's going lefty-loosey. The wheel spins righty-tighty. So think about that. I'm in the southern hemisphere, so something weird happened for that to happen. It could be something to do with Barry Carter and his hot air, cold air phase, electromagnetics. So here I've decided to put two magnets together. They can hold each other together, but opposites attract. So therefore, one of them is north one end, and one of them is south the other end. This way is north, and this way is south, on the Earth. So it's mimicking the spin of the Earth. Now what I'd like to know is if it's true, like this genius professor Jan Pajak, right? He is a Polish man who makes observations and collections of electromagnetism and the way the UFOs have been working, and I'm thinking that they just are a spun coil. And I've actually seen and heard videos of stuff, so I think, get on with it, okay, what's going on? Okay, my theory is that the Earth, if this is the north face, the Earth does a circle outwards and a circle outwards coming out in the north. Okay, so you can see the little circles that I'm doing? So think of it as a figure 8 on the north, and on the other hemisphere, which would be from the centre back, it would come collect that and go in. And collect what comes from out of the north. And go in and back up into the centre. So in a way, had that been a tube, the magnetism would do a figure eight. Sorry, go. Yeah, figure eight. Okay, so what I'm saying is it comes out the top, rains down, goes back up the South Pole, out the centre, also out to the side, back up the South Pole. So it's emitting out of the North Pole, it's falling down, and thrusting to hold us on the planet. So my idea is that if it's the path of magnetism of the Earth, simply just having it the wrong way, well, it's going to stuff it up. So, using the magnetism of the Earth to help you with your electromagnets is a thing that you can do. With this one, I turned to the east. The positive at the east, and the negative was at the west. And north is that way, and south is that way. Right? So that's, for some reason, gold appeared. So S was this way. Gold came emitting out of the copper, though it was not in the circuit, it was just in the electrified. So it must have been, it was either a positive mix or a negative mix. Now I know for a fact that if it's earthed, the negative emits. So therefore, the negative filled the liquid with the emission. That's all you need to worry about. It's probably negative, but it's the emission nonetheless. And it separates. See, subtraction is taking away from. It's taking away the gold, which was coincidentally in there somewhere from the computer, which is full of gold parts, by the way. And electroplating can happen. Gold can travel through the circuit and end up in the coppers, in the capacitors, or probably mostly in the metals. Metals like each other, and this is a similar type of metal, copper and silver and gold run together. So there should have been maybe some silver in there. Right. So there was. Gold came out of it, because this was a separating mix, a negative unearthed separating, negative emitting circuit. Gold came out of these, was emitting out of it. For some weird reason, it's like I was taking gold from out of the earth through the electric circuit. There is gold somewhere, possibly to do with the east and west. I just happen to have know that electric circuits, they work from positive to negative, so I put positive to negative, east from the sun, devouring the sun. The lion devours the sun. So that would mean that way, wouldn't it? No, so he's coming this way and you're doing it. So anyway, I had it this way and the sun was devouring the lion. Yeehaw. Okay, so I collected water from this, and it's not all that ormy. Test. Tastes a little mildly creamy. That means there's some ormus in the north, coming out of the north. And floppy container in the south. Tastes way more rich. I have no idea why the south has more ormus. They have different temperatures too. Like it seems like the north has a friendly, creamy taste, like a bizarre, nice cup of tea. And the south has a super creamy, but cold. Yeah, it's got a bit of an ink taste to it too. It's probably got the fluoride. The other one probably got the chlorine. I'm taking a liking to the taste of chlorine, though it's a poisonous gas. You know, they feed it to us through the water system anyway. Right. Here goes one of my random calcium carbonate, being a hydroxide, and urine. And this one, Himalayan. And this is the latest one.